What's going on, guys? Parker here, and I am back with another video. And today I got my top 5 NBA player props for the day. And before we get into this video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment on this video down below, because all of those things really help the channel out a ton and really help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate it. And yeah, guys, we're coming off another winning day, a 3-1 day yesterday on our NBA player prop. So we are now on a 17-7 NBA player prop run. We've been absolutely killing the books with over a 70% hit rate. But before we do get into today's plays real quick, I did want to mention that Jimmy Butler has a free square tonight on Sleeper. You can get access to this free square as well as an 100% match on your first deposit up to $100 when you use code FF23. That's code FF23. And the link to sign up for Sleeper today will be the top link down below in the description. So make sure to sign up for Sleeper today. Make sure to use code FF23. And without further ado, let's get right into today's plays. So first off, I got Zach LaVine over 22.5 points versus the Wizards, minus 120 on Fanduel. So LaVine is over this line in 4 straight games with 25 or more points in each of those games. The Wizards allow the 6th most points per game in the NBA to shooting guards so far this season. LaVine is over this line in 13 of his 15 games versus the Wizards since joining the Bulls. So LaVine has been extremely dominant versus the Wizards since he's joined the Bulls, obviously. He gets a great matchup here, a matchup they should be able to exploit, a matchup they should be able to have a big game in. I think he's going to have a big game. So Zach LaVine, over 22.5 points versus the Wizards, minus 120 on FanDuel is my first play of the day. Next up, I got Tyler Herro, over 20.5 points versus the Bucks, minus 115 on DraftKings. So Herro's over this line in 8 of his last 12 versus the Bucks. The Bucks allow the most points per game in the NBA to shooting guards this season. Herro is over this line in 9 of his 14 games so far this season as well. So Tyler Herro has been going over this line consistently. He gets a matchup versus a team that struggles versus guarding his position, the shooting guard position. I think he has a big game here. I think he's going to be able to score the ball with ease. So Tyler Herro, over 20.5 points versus the Bucks, minus 115 on DraftKings is my second play of the day. Next up, I got Anthony Edwards, under 38.5 PRA versus the Rockets, minus 110 on DraftKings. So Edwards is under this line in 10 of his 16 games so far this season. He's under this line in 10 of his 13 career games versus the Rockets. Rockets are in the top half of the league in points per game, rebounds per game, and assists per game to shooting guards. This is a bad matchup for Edwards. Edwards is going to struggle in this game. I don't think he has a big game. Ant-Man is one of my favorite players in the league, so I'm not a fan of taking the under on him. However, this matchup is too good for us. It's too good for him to go under here. So Anthony Edwards, under 38.5 PRA versus the Rockets, minus 110 on DraftKings is my third play of the day. Next up, I got Chris Paul, over 8.5 assists versus the Jazz, minus 150 on BetMGM. So the Jazz allow the 3rd most assists per game in the NBA to point guards this season. Paul is over this line in all 3 matchups versus the Jazz this season. This is already the 4th time the Spurs and Jazz are playing this year, which I think is their 4th and final game, which is absolutely absurd. Paul dominates the Jazz, and that should continue tonight. He's been maestroing up the Jazz all season, throwing dimes here, left and right, and I think that continues once again tonight. So Chris Paul, over 8.5 assists versus the Jazz, minus 150 on BetMGM is my 4th play of the day. Anthony Davis, over 27.5 points versus the Suns, minus 114 on Caesars. So Anthony Davis is over this line in 10 of his 15 games so far this season. The Suns allow the 6th most points per game in the NBA to centers this season. He's over this line in both matchups versus the Suns so far this season. Overall, this is a great matchup for Anthony Davis here tonight. He's been going over this line with ease so far this year. I think that continues tonight. I think Anthony Davis has a big game. I think he's able to get to his spot, score a lot early and often. And yeah, Anthony Davis, over 27.5 points versus the Suns, minus 114 on Caesars is my fifth and final play. So those were my top 5 NBA player props for the day. Like I said, if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more content from me moving forward, then make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment on this video down below, because all those things really help the channel out a ton and really help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate it. But yeah, guys, that's really all I got for today's video. I hope you all did enjoy. Without further ado, I'll see you on the next one. See you guys.